Holy crap. What did we even play around with? Quirky and fun and yay, nice. Almost never said, I have no fucking clue, bro. It's your fault. Hallucinations in AI might not be that bad, and they might be your fault. OpenAI just published a paper on hallucinations. So what is a hallucination in artificial intelligence? Well, it's when you ask your AI a question and it comes back with something quirky and fun and totally inaccurate, but very confident in its answer. So why is it your fault? Well, it's not specifically your fault, it's the fault of humans, I guess, and it kind of makes sense. And they argue in this paper, and by the way, I'm going to leave it in the description of this video so you can check it out. So they argue that large language models, or models in general, they don't work on an if-then conditions because they don't have that much context. Rather, they look at a text and a word, for example, the word fart, just looks at this in different contexts, and it predicts what usually people say before and after this word. So based on many examples of what people say before a fart and then after a fart, it makes its prediction and it gives you an answer. And it's not always correct. You can just think about this stupid example as, you know, how many things you can say with this word and the things you can say around this word, that sometimes it just, you know, whatever you ask it to be like precise, like why are my farts smelling like gasoline? Like why the AI will just give you like a really random, you know, answer. So yeah, the AI itself doesn't have like, if it's in this context, then don't say it, right? Another reason why it's your fault, well, not your fault specifically watching this video. By the way, my 3 favorite people watching this video, thank you so much, you're a legend. Most evaluations of models and in general in humans, they incentivize you to give an answer rather to say I don't know. So think about this as a multiple test question, right? So you imagine you have a question and then you have 4 different answers. Well, if you don't know the answer, you might as well just tick one and just hope for the best and maybe you get it right instead of just leaving it blank. Well, the incentive is always like, it has always been the case for me. I don't know how it is for you, but it always been like, I don't know, so I'm just gonna try it. I'm just gonna try B for the for the ones that I don't know. I'm just gonna try B or C, you know, for all of them, and then I'll just go with that. Well, these models work the same way. So rather than just say I don't know, they're incentivized to give out a random example, and it's just so quirky and fun that you're going to be like, oh, good enough, and you can add on top not doing your own research, and then you get a shit show and a bunch of these titles that are correlated with wrong answers from AI. And there's another reason, which this is not presented here, but I'm sure it's part of it, and it's just my thoughts. They are incentivized to give you an answer, so it's quirky and fun, and you get distracted, you know, by, you don't care about the accuracy, you just care about the hype of, oh my god, yeah, it's talking to me and it's being so fun and quirky and nice, and you know, people have girlfriends in AI and psychotherapists, which opens up another can of worms, which we're not going to do here. But anyway, I'm going to direct your attention to this table that they created. So look, metric, GPT-5, Thinking Mini, and then this is the newest one, and then the OpenAI O4 Mini, the previous one. So abstention rate, so no specific answer is given, is 52%. Oh man, that is nice. So it just says I don't know. We're going to have to put that to the test. While in the previous one it's 1%, so it almost never said I have no fucking clue, bro. Accuracy rate, right answer, higher is better, 22%. Holy crap. So it's accurate in 22% of the times. Oh man. And the previous one is a little bit more accurate, 24%. Damn. And then error rate, wrong answer, lower is better. So 26% error rate, and then the other one 75%. Holy crap. What did we even play around with? And then yeah, total 100% each. Okay, so this is looking better in terms of abstention. So it says no, but the accuracy is still 22%. Oh my god, that's terrible. But look, if you add these up, like abstention rate with the accuracy rates, and it just says I don't know, you get like a 75%, so 3/4 of the times it's correct. Even though it says I don't know, at least it stops there and you have to do your own research. But still, error rate 26%. This is not great, is it? I wonder if this AI boom bubble will burst anytime soon. Some of the people in my team are of the impression that it will burst at some point. Interesting. So the fix for this is for you to train it to say no, to say that it doesn't know, and incentivize it to say I don't know, instead of just giving you out an answer just to be quirky and fun and yay, nice. You have to train the AI to give it more context and to actually constrain it to say I don't know, which is amazingly good. Because these guys at OpenAI, they argue that the prompting that you do, that I do in working with the AI, it actually ruins it and makes it even worse, which is not great. So what you do is you write your prompting so that it's penalized if it gives a wrong answer, instead saying I don't know, which is great. So the example that these guys give is like, for example, a model that is small, like very small ones, like the 3.5 from OpenAI. Now those ones are, very compact, and you can put them on your server and perform some menial task, which is great. So for example, that model, if it doesn't know Maori, it can just say I don't know. Instead, a larger model like the O4, like the big brains but actually shit answer model, just knew some words in Maori and it had to guess the answer, and it just gave you out some, guessed answer. Which one is worse? I mean, obviously this is the latter one, because it can just confuse the heck out of you. By the way, my name is Dominic. I'm a customer experience guy. I've been one for the past 15 plus years, 12 years as Zendesk consultant. Myself and my team were Zendesk partners, and we also build apps, and recently we've shifted towards building AI apps. We are in the process of rolling out some of our creative assets. In our work, we've reinvented the wheel successfully, in the sense of an AI agent app that we've built. It was just giving out answers like very merrily and very freely, which were wrong. We had to train it, to prompt it to just say I don't know, instead of just guessing. So it took a while, took some nerves, but we reinvented the wheel successfully, I might add, which is good. So the conclusion that we came to is that the narrower the task, the more successful the model is, or the more accurate it is. So you give it just very menial, small tasks to do, like recognize something, and it will know, and it will be successful, and it will be good 99% of the time. But the narrower the task, like, here's a PDF document, what do you think about it? Give me 5 reasons why this is the best. Obviously, it will give you, it just takes a few words from your document and then gives you 5 reasons out of its model, like what it learned from the internet, which is not accurate. It's not good. What you do instead with a narrower task, with the PDF, you'd say your job is to look at the first paragraph on the first page and find out if there is the word in, I-N. That's it. Like in conclusion, in the streets, in the sheets, it will find it, and it will be more accurate. Instead of saying find the word in this PDF document, it's just going to go nuts, berserks. There is the incentive to have less computational power, because any task you give the AI, it has to compute. It has to use CPU or like a computer in a server somewhere to look for something in that document that you give it, right? Instead, if you say it, go to the first paragraph, first page, look for the word in, it will use very little computational power, and it likes that, actually. OpenAI likes that, but you don't like that. I don't like that. What can you do? This is where we are. This is what we're up against. This is what we have to use, and this is how we have to adapt. So thank you for watching this video. If you found anything else, let me know in the comments. I'd be really curious to see how other people's journey is to navigating this new reality that we're in, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.